Sisters, bottom line, we need an economy that works for all of us, not just the billionaire class.
He's got fucking aura, dude. He's got aura. Glaze me, Hasan.
My fellow Americans, when 60% of our people live paycheck to paycheck, the top 1% have never, ever had it so good. And these oligarchs tell us we shouldn't tax the rich. The oligarchs tell us we shouldn't take on price gouging. We shouldn't expand Medicare to cover dental, hearing, and vision. And we shouldn't increase Social Security benefits
no, you can what's going on?
For struggling seniors. Well, I've got some bad news for them. That is precisely what we are going to do. And we're going to win this struggle because this is precisely
I'm not banned. There's just like a lot of creators that want to use the space, and I'm basically like occupying a big chunk of the space.
And my friends, at the very top
all the creators are going to hate me.
List is the need to get big money out of our political process. Billionaires in both parties should not be able to buy elections, including primary elections.
No, chat, you don't understand. It's not.
For the sake of our democracy,
like this entire room is a room that they're using.
Disastrous Citizens United Supreme Court decision. And move toward public funding of elections. And let me tell you what else we must do. We need to join the rest of the industrialized world and guarantee health care to all people as a human right, not a privilege. We need...
Ed Markey tweeted about what? Me?
We need to raise the minimum wage to a living wage. We need to pass the PRO Act so that workers can organize in unions.
That's sick.
And gain the decent pay and benefits they deserve. We need to strengthen public education.
What the fuck?
Raise teachers' salaries.
When I hosted my first stream, Hasan, the host, surprised me tuning in today. I got surprised.
Every American, regardless of income, receives the higher education he or she needs. We need to take on Big Pharma and cut our prescription drug costs in half so that we no longer pay any more than other countries. Joe and Kamala made sure that no senior in America pays over $35 a month for insulin. We need to make sure that reality is true for every American. I look forward to working with Kamala and Tim to pass this agenda. And let us be very clear. This is not a radical agenda.
Liv's not feeling him? You're wrong. I'm telling you, they're fucking going crazy.
What a radical agenda is. And that is Trump's Project 2025.
They're going crazy. They're booing.
Massive income and wealth inequality, giving more tax breaks to billionaires is radical. Putting forth budgets to cut Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid is radical. Letting polluters destroy our planet is radical. And my friends, we won't let that happen.
Go down there, see if Bernie wants to come on. He won't
Fellow
mind. I agree.
Americans, in the last 3.5 years, working together, we have accomplished more than any government since FDR.
You right by Michael Cohen?
Much more remains to be done. We must summon the courage to stand up to wealth and power and deliver justice for people at home and abroad.
I think he recognized me. That's Michael Cohen. That's my friend.
We must end
That's my mood.
War
That's my mood.
Gaza.
Shut the fuck up, Chad.
Bring home the hostages and demand an immediate ceasefire.
This is getting the biggest cheer so far. I'm telling you, this is, even inside of the DNC, there are obviously a lot of people who are
right
very much pro this message.
We must take on Big Pharma, Big Oil, Big Ag, Big Tech, and all the other corporate monopolists whose greed is denying progress for working people. On November 5th, let us elect Kamala Harris as our president, and let us go forward to create the nation we know we can become. Thank you all very much.
It's going nuts.
Please welcome Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker.
Oh my God, in super fast is so funny. Bro, he denied me. He denied me.
Welcome to Chicago. We're a great American city in a proud blue state. Our patriotism was formed in frost and in fire, and in the steel we forged to survive both. Our love of country has been a tapestry of faith that weaves from Abraham Lincoln reuniting a house divided to Barack Obama declaring blue states and red states make one United States.
God damn. That's a big boy.
Now, Illinois' presidential pedigree is unmatched. And given that Vice President Kamala Harris spent some of her early life right here, I speak for the entire Illinois delegation when I say, we claim her too. Now, one president we will never claim is the con artist the Republicans nominated in Milwaukee last month. Donald Trump once called Chicago embarrassing. To quote a great Chicagoan who won 6 world championships on these very grounds.
Okay, bro, LeBron is the best, though.
Personally.
LeBron is the GOAT. Also, Giordano's. I'm trying another deep. I don't know. I'm about to try it.
I had to govern for 2 years while Trump was president. Let me tell you what's embarrassing.
You want to try it, Marge?
In Illinois, right around and called it stupid. We eliminated the grocery tax. Donald hasn't been in a grocery store since his first bankruptcy.
Good one.
Illinois invested in clean energy and the jobs it brings.
Donald claimed that windmills in the ocean made the whales a little batty. During COVID, we supported small businesses and jobs. And Donald, well, Donald told us to inject bleach. Donald Trump thinks that we should trust him on the economy because he claims to be very rich. But take it from an actual billionaire.
That's what he said?
Trump is rich in only one thing.
That's kind of gross.
Stupidity. Now, I meet with business leaders all the time, and there's one universal thing they all need: people. They need more workers to fill all the jobs they have. But the anti-freedom, anti-family policies of MAGA Republicans are driving workers away. Here's the thing. Americans don't want to be forced to drive 100 miles to deliver a baby because a draconian abortion law shut down the maternity ward. Americans want the hope of giving birth through IVF, not the fear that it might be taken away. Americans with LGBTQ kids don't want them facing discrimination at school because the state sanctioned it. Americans want to go to their neighborhood grocery store and not have to worry about some random guy open carrying an AR-15. Americans don't want their kids to be taught in history class that slavery was a jobs program.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, Pepsi Max over Diet Pepsi.
Are black or brown, they want to get promoted at work without being derided as a DEI hire for the sin of being successful while not white. Let's be clear. It's not woke that limits economic growth. It's weird. And these guys aren't just weird, they're dangerous. Democrats are for lower taxes and higher wages, less inflation and more business growth. We just think it's wrong to craft those policies for Elon Musk and not for everyday working people. That includes a secure retirement and good health care. We think the government should help you prosper, not police who you're sleeping with. More than anything, Democrats want economic policies that are kind, not cruel. But Trump chooses cruelty every time. After all, everything he's achieved in his own life has been by hurting someone else. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, well, they've spent their lives lifting people up, not pushing them down. They know that a White House that leads with kindness looks at someone who is struggling and sees not what they might cost society, but what they might create for it. Americans want policies that give every American a chance to make it to the middle class. They want to grow small businesses, and Democrats want to cut taxes for everyday people. More than anything, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz want a country where we can all live with a little serenity. The serenity that comes with a balanced checkbook, an affordable grocery bill, and a housing market that has room for everyone. And if there's one thing I know about Donald Trump, he's not bringing anyone any kind of serenity. We have a choice, America, between the man who left our country a total mess and the woman who has spent 4 years cleaning it up. And I think it's time we stop expecting women to clean up messes without the authority and the title to match the job. Vice President was a good title for Kamala Harris, but you know an even better one? President of the United States of America. Let's go get 'em!
Please welcome former chair and CEO of American Express and current chair and managing director of General Catalyst, Ken Chenault.
My fellow Americans, for 17 years,
Okay, so we're gonna look at the lineup in a second. I am apparently there's like mass arrest happening outside or something. I wanted to talk briefly about J.B. Pritzker's speech versus Bernie Sanders' speech. Now, obviously, the DNC is supposed to showcase like the entirety of the Democratic Party's perspective, right? It is going to. It is supposed to. It's supposed to show the variety. J.B. Pritzker's speech is a pretty decent way of communicating some of these desires. I think I just didn't like that he said that he was a billionaire and like kind of flaunted it a little bit. Because it's like I like J.B. Pritzker in spite of him being a billionaire. My neighbor just took down their Trump banner. Damn, that's a big victory. I am not even being ironic. I'm not being sarcastic. Like that is unless he did that to put up a much larger Trump banner. Like that is very significant in terms of like how things are changing. If you're not fucking with me, because you might be. Or he's just upgrading the banner to a much larger Trump banner, in which case you're fucked. And it's not a sign of good things to come. There's like trash everywhere. Doubtful he's too lazy to change anything. Yo, March, can you give me Pepsi Maxes? Like 2 of them or 3 of them? Spit on good journalism.